Hey guys, Speedrunning from the Law here again. This is going to be another installment in my tutorial series where we're speedrunning Super Mario 64 70 Star, and we're doing that using beginner and intermediate strats that anybody can learn. So today we're going to be wrapping up Dire Docks with the final star, the Manta Ray star. Now before we get started guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel, it means a lot to me, and drop a comment below to let me know what you think and how I'm doing. Really appreciate it. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in here and show you what this should look like, then we will jump back in and talk about it. Alright, so you grab those 5 rings, and the star appears. And that's it. It looks quite simple. It is actually a quite tricky star. But no worries, we're going to go in and kind of explain what's happening. So some basic premise that you need to understand are that the hitboxes for the rings that we're going through are quite deceptive and they are not how they look. However, if you can manage to get through the first 5 rings, those hitboxes are somehow different and more forgiving than every preceding ring. So the goal is to try to get, it's more like the first 7-ish, so if you miss the first or second one, it's still possible to get good hitboxes, but less probable. So the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure we can be in a good position to get that first ring. Now the rings do disappear, so if you don't get to them quick enough, then you're going to have trouble. And the first one is quite difficult to get to and line yourself up properly without it disappearing first. What else? If you do happen to miss the first ring and you have to get the others, what's going to happen is you're going to end up traveling faster than the rings spawn. And if you go through a ring while like a second after it spawns, that ring will not have registered yet. So you're going to have to really slow yourself down and give the rings time to form. And I'll try to show you what I'm talking about here once we go in. So let's go in. Now as usual, while we're falling down, we want to Mario cam, then un-Mario cam right before we hit the water. And that is just to reduce some lag. Now we're also going to have the lag once we land in the water, so we're going to have to wait about a second before we can get a swim input. Now you're going to need perfect swims for this, so make sure you're hitting X at the perfect time. So when we fall, we're going to want to immediately turn right. So see, we're right here. We want to start turning right now and swimming at this moment. So we have completely turned around. We're going the opposite way of the Manta Ray. And we can see that the first ring has spawned right there in front of us. And now we're going to have to make a U-turn again backwards once we get enough distance to the right so we can get through this. And it's going to look really weird getting through this first one because it's not really going to look like we get through, but we will. So again, at this point you should have landed in the water, immediately turned right, and swam the first instant that lag has gone away. We're going to continue to go over here. Now we want to make the left turn. And see, so we swam right about 3 swims, and now we are making this left turn where we're kind of going to clip the left edge of this first ring. So let's see if we can get that here. Okay, we weren't quite fast enough just because I've been pausing and whatnot, and we were in a little different position. But say we were a second faster, we've done all that, we would have got that ring. Now we want to continue to turn left. We would have got that ring too, but I'm missing my swim inputs because I'm obviously pressing X. But that's fine because we're completing the purpose of teaching right now. So if you had gotten perfect swims, you would have hit those 2. The directions I've just shown you are exactly what you need to do just with perfect swim. So obviously, don't be pausing during this because it's going to mess up your swim timing. So now that you have made that U-turn, you should be in a perfect spot to now go down and straight and get the next 3 rings very easily. The hardest part of this star is getting that first and second ring. Once you do that, the rest of the star is a breeze. You just run straight through these ones coming up and go grab the star. Because I have missed the first 2 from pausing, now is a good time to show you what you do when you have missed. So this is great. because we've basically nailed down the difficult part of hitting the first two. So now say you missed, this would be the backup. So I'm going to start going down. 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, 4 ring. I want to show you what happens when you get too close. Okay, so see, we're not actually getting the rings because we're going through them too fast before they spawn. So what you have to do is wait, kind of like that. And you'll see the hitboxes are going to get really wonky here. Yeah, see? It's like we're going right through them right now, but they're not. See? They're not, even though we're going right through them. So that's why you ideally want to get the first 5, because the hitboxes get so freaking wonky that it's almost impossible to back it up fast. You got to be really slow and methodical with these ones. See, like we got to wait a while, stop our swims, wait a while, stop our swims, wait a while. So that's how you would do the backup. It can be quite frustrating. You'll get it eventually. It's unlikely you'll die or anything, because even when you go through the rings, even if you're not getting the point, they're giving you the breath back. But so that would be the backup. You kind of just have to follow him wherever he goes and make sure you wait for those rings to fully spawn and very slowly, carefully go directly through the middle. Otherwise, you're going to have a really hard time. Now, the last thing I do want to mention is while you're going to get this star, there's this whirlpool here. So you have to be careful from going too low. You want to approach the star from above the star, because this whirlpool is going to be shooting you down the entire time. So we want to be above the star, and the whirlpool is going to pull you down to the star. If you approach the star level with the star, what's going to happen is the whirlpool is going to pull you underneath the star. You will miss the grab, and then you're going to have to frantically swim up, try to adjust the camera, figure out where the star is. It's a whole big mess. So you're going to want to approach that star from above it rather than below it. That's all I really have for you today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe and drop a comment below. It means a whole lot. See you next time.